Do we have any hand up?
I think there is no one. I'm saying there is nothing.
Oh, okay, great. So this means that we can proceed with the session, and please, if at any point you fail to get me, just let me know in the comment section so that we move along with the session where all of us are on board. So today we'll start by exploring what we call the Google Doc. So all of us, when we do computer training, we get introduced to Microsoft Word. So the Google version for Microsoft Word is called Google Docs, which you can access through one by coming to the Google tools, and then you will find Docs here. Or you can type on your browser the and that should be able to take like this, docs.google.com, and for Google Docs, and we'll get started. It should be done shortly. Yeah, so this is it, it's loaded. So the Google Docs has a very simple and basic interface. It has this search bar where if you're looking for a document, let's say I'm looking for a document named 211 check, you see, it tells me these are some documents that I have here. And then these are examples of templates in case you are someone who does not want to. These are defined now. Templates are here, like an essay template. We have reports, templates, class notes, lesson plan, letter, business letter, informal letter, resume, recipe, work like project proposal, meeting notes. So these are templates for people who do not want to start work from scratch. And then down here, these are now your documents that you have worked on. You can be able to sort these documents. For instance, if you want to sort all the documents that are owned by you, just click documents owned by me. So these are documents that are originally made by you. If I want documents that are not owned by me, I can search here. These are documents that are not owned by me. Probably they were shared with me. But if I want owned by anyone, then I can be able to see these documents from here. And then now, if you want to start a document from scratch, there's this plus. But of course, this icon will still take you to the Google Productivity Tools. Do not forget that. And then here, you can see some of these tools again here: docs, sheets, slides, forms. And then if you want to do any settings, or if you want to go to your drive. So this is the basic interface of Google Docs. It's very simple, and even you can pick up stuff on your own without the help of an instructor. Now, if you want to create a new document, you click this plus. You click plus, and it gives you a blank document. So this is your blank document. Very basic interface again. And what I usually love doing is I want to see that I first have a title for my document. So you see this place written untitled document. So you can put here, and you can say, for instance, this is training docs. Let's say training docs, fact checking, training in South Sudan, cohort 4, like that. Cohort 4, not cohort 34 actually. Yeah. So like that. This is one thing that I love doing. I love putting titles for my work. I love seeing that my work has titles before I forget always, so that I am very organized. And then after that, this is the interface. It has here, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 tabs. The first tab is File tab. And then we have the File tab has things like new, for you to start a new document, or from the gallery. This one is for you to open a document. This one is for you to make a copy of a document. And then this one is for you to share your document with others, or for you to publish on the on the internet. And then this is when for you to send this file via an email. And then this is when you want to download your doc as a Word, as an open document, rich text, PDF, plain text, web page, or e-publication. And then there's this approvals here. It's a new tool. And then if you want to rename your file, you can rename it here. If you want to move it in your drive, you can delete it here, move to how many times it has been, changes have been made to it. If you want to make it available offline, the details of the document, the language, the page setup, and then if you want to print. So these are the tabs that exist in the file tab. These are the commands that exist in the file tab. And then in the edit tab, we have very few commands. One is the undo, which the shortcut is Control Z, and then redo, the shortcut is Control Y, and then cut, the shortcut is Control X, copy, the shortcut is Control C, paste, the shortcut is Control V, and then paste without formatting, the shortcut is Control plus Shift plus V, and then if you want to select all, the shortcut is Control A, and then if you want to delete, you can just click the delete button on your keyboard. Then if you want to find and replace, that is Control H. And then if you want to view, you can change the mode, like the editing mode. This is when you can edit document directly. Suggestion is it will become suggestion. Then view is when you want to read or print a final document. And then here is when you want to see the print layout. You want to show ruler. You want to show, for instance, this is the print layout. And so you can just put it here like this. And then when you want to show an equation toolbar, you can, the equation toolbar is here, you see, it has been shown now. And then if you want to take it out, you can do it here. And then if you want to show section break, you can click here, and then section breaks will be shown for you. And then full screen view, you can just click here, and then your view will be full screen. And the next is the insert tab, where you can insert an image, a table, a drawing, a chart. So if you want to insert shapes, you use this drawing here. That is where you can insert shapes. And then charts, bar chart, column chart, and so forth, horizontal line, emojis, smart clips, like smart chips like date, people, file, calendar, invite, and then drop down. The good thing is it has a drop down, so you can insert drop downs here in this, and then you can put footnotes, building blocks, like meeting notes, and review tracker, special characters, equations. Special characters, these are like symbols in Microsoft Word. And then watermark. Watermark is a new tool that is a new command that they introduced. And then headers and footers, page numbers, page breaks, links, bookmark, and then table of content. And then we have format, that is like bold, italize, underline, strike through, paragraph types, alignment, line and paragraph spacing, page numbers, page orientation, page headers and footers, and then if you want to clear formatting. And then tools is when you want to check your spelling and grammar, you want to count how many words you have written. The shortcut is Control Shift C. Then if you want to want to look at task, link, and voice typing. In case you are too lazy to type, you can just say the words, and then Google Docs, your accent is clear, all the typing will be done for you. And then you can just do copy editing without necessarily having to type. And then notification settings, references, accessibility, and then activity dashboard. And then here we look at extensions to improve your productivity. The extensions that you may need, you can choose. There's where you can, there's a store where you can get them from. Some of them are paid, by the way. And then help. If you need any help, in case you face difficulties, you can just type here and Google will help for you. And then these are just shortcuts to most of the things that I've been explaining, like undo, redo, printing, spelling and grammar check, paint, format, zoom, the text style, the font type, the font size, bold, italize, formatting, link, adding a comment, inserting image, alignment, line spacing and paragraphing, checklist, bullet points, numbering, indenting, and lastly, clear formatting. And then here is when you want to change the mode to be editing, suggesting, or viewing. And then, yeah, so this is it. It's just very basic kind. And then here you can look at the comments. Here is when you want to present. And then here is you can check your document editors for the history that they have made. And then this one is when you want to share this file with a number of people. So that is how Google Docs looks like. And of course, you can start typing. Let's say you want to type this piece of information. Yeah, let me just type. I say today is the second session for the empowering fact checking in South Sudan training by 211 Tech, a flagship project of DeFi head now. About 20 people, about 20 trainees are in attendance of the virtual training on Google productivity tools as a soft skill to improve output for freelancers and businesses. We started at 2 p.m. Juba time. Yeah, so this is it. This is just a brief typing that anyone can do. And then of course you can start playing around with this. You want to do bold, you want to italize, you want to underline, you want to change the color like this. You want to paint, let's say I want to paint it black. If I want to remove the paint, I can highlight and then I can say I don't want any painting. I can say default color. Yeah, then if I want to change the alignment, you see, so it depends on whatever I choose for myself. If I want to change the line spacing, if I want single lines, if I want double lines, if I want this, you see. And then if I want to do a checklist, I could say this is a checklist. See, if I want to put bullets, if I want to put numbering, if I want to change the indent, increase the indent, you see. If I want to decrease the indent, you see. And yeah, so I have tried all this. If I want to change the text type, so I want to change to something like this. If I want to change to something like this, you see. I can change the size. I can click the plus, or I can click the minus, where I can just come here and then choose the size that I want for myself. So usually I prefer 12 for my work. You see, and then if I want to change, let's say I want to make it title, you see, or I want to make it normal text. Yeah, and then yeah, if I want to come here here like this, then if I want to do, for instance, let's say I want to do voice typing, I can come here. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I can just click here and say, hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're getting me. Yes, and this is the second session of our training on empowering fact-checking in South Sudan by 211 Check, a flagship project of DeFi Head Now. And nice to have you all, guys. You can ask your questions, you can pay attention, feel free. This is a Zoom session. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, so you see, I talk, it's typing for me. So if you're too lazy, to write, or if your hands are kind of saying ABC, just talk, and it will just do the typing for you. So it's something that I use when I am too lazy to type. I will just say whatever I want, and then it will just do the typing for me, you see? So like, as long as your accent is clear, like it can just do for you. And this is what I just said here. And it has done just few mistakes. I think the only mistake it has done here is DeFi head. So instead of head, they are writing the real head here. It is something that someone can easily edit, but it's not, to me, it's not a big deal, yeah? And then if you want to insert stuff like for me, when I put titles, I usually like the horizontal lines, especially for headers. So I can come here and insert a horizontal line. Let's say insert a horizontal line, you see, like that. And then if you want to insert something like a chart, a bar chart, let's say, and boom, a bar chart has been inserted. You can change the data. The data is this one here. So you can open the source of the data, and then you can edit, you see? So this is the data source, which you can edit, of course, if you want, because yeah, this is the data source. So you can edit to get the data that you want. You see that? And then you can insert a drop down. For instance, you want to say gender. What is your gender? And I can say new drop down. Gender. Then I can say option 1 is male. Option 2 is female. And then I can save. Yeah, so someone can just come and click here, and then you can choose male, female, you see? If you want to edit, you can do here. I can delete this so that they don't appear like that. So you can just choose. Yeah. And then other things are just here. So this is all about Google Docs, except you have any questions. Any questions? Any questions on Google Docs before we move to a different thing? Any questions? Any questions on Google Docs?
I think it's clear.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that confirmation. Yes, Agwek.
Yes.
Agwek.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now, after finishing your work in Google Docs, and you want to save it, you go to file, or it will just save automatic. And
it saves automatic. It saves automatic. You see, as I write, it is writing up here saving. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Yeah, it is writing. So it saves automatically. You just say that maybe you just say that maybe you want to bring your work offline. If you want to bring it offline, you come to file and then you download. Where is it? You download here. Then you can download as Microsoft Word. You can download it as PDF also.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
or you
now,
can, yes, please.
yes, go ahead.
I was saying that also you can publish it on you can publish it online. For instance, you come to share, yeah, and then you publish on the web. So when you publish on the web, there's a link that it will give you, and then you share that link. So once anyone clicks on that link, it will take them to the document. So these are the ways.
Ian, do you recommend most of the work to be done on the Google Docs or rather than offline?
Yes, yes. For instance, if you guys, for instance, at SSBC, if you guys have internet, I will advise that all your newsroom, you need to use Google Docs, because one, it is very organized. Like you guys, you can easily get, for instance, once you come here, all your documents are here. You don't need to struggle to look for a particular document. All your documents will be here. You see, these are all documents that I've been working on since I opened this email. You see, so all your documents will be here. If you can just search the name and you can get it. And then another way is you can easily make comments with, I don't know how many of you are joining using your computer. I will share this document with you. If you're joining using a computer, just tell me your email. I should be able to share this with you right now. This is your email, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Guy should be there. And then I was seeing Mandenya.
Send to David Lege as well.
David Lege.
Yes.
What is your email? LE.
My email is LEGGE.
LEGG. Oh, this one, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can share this with
well,
you.
Benjamin Mark also.
Okay. Let's say Benjamin Achiga. Yeah.
Yeah, I've received it now.
Yeah, and then you just open it. So once you open it, for instance, if a reporter has written this and then you want the reporter to change this, you can just, it is there also on Microsoft Word. You can make comments. Then you can say, hey, maybe, hey, Akwek, can you paraphrase this paragraph? Or you can ask, what is the source of information to this? I don't understand this. So you can comment, and then you can easily do follow with the person. The person can reply. If the person wants to make a reply, he can just type here, oh, maybe say, hey, okay. And then, so like you can easily collaborate with your newsroom in real time while following all these things instead of the burden of having to use Microsoft Word, where you have to attach the document to it. Because most people, they do Microsoft Word the traditional way, but you could also use Microsoft Word online the same way you use this one. So I would recommend that, especially for newsrooms, you can use this for your work. Yes, I see another hand up. This person does not have a name. Yes, please. What is your name?
My name is
Your name is?
Angelo.
Yes, Angelo, you can ask your question.
Yeah, my question is just in the time when you enter and you start talking, then it is writing. I didn't just get it. So I wanted you to make it.
Okay, you come to tools. You come to tools, and then you see this voice typing. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you click this, and then there's a mic that will appear here. Have you seen this mic?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so you need to first go to where you want to start typing. For instance, if you want to start typing from here, you can click the mic, and then you begin talking. Hello, click the mic, and then you start talking. You see, it's typing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that is answered, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, if you are sharing your document, you can come to share, and then you put the email of the person, and you know that there are sorry, how do you call it? How do I put it in English? But there's a level of authority that you can give a person to whom you are sharing a document. For instance, if you give the person an editor rights, okay, there are three. There's viewer, there's commenter, and there's editor. So if you give the person
access or authorization.
Okay, great. So if you give the person an editor right, this person is able to delete stuff. This person is able to add stuff, and this person is able to do a lot of changes to the document. Yeah. And then if you give the person a viewer rights, this person cannot edit, but the person can only see what you have written. Even he cannot make comments. Yeah. And then if you give commenter rights, this person can make edit suggestions for you, but the suggestions cannot be reflected immediately in the document. You see? And then you can also add expiration. Maybe you want to give a person access, and then up to a certain date. Let's say you are giving the person an access up to Friday, up to let's say up to February 28th. After that, this person will not have access to the document. You see that? So these are the ways that you can add when you are sharing this document to people. Yeah. And then once we see when somebody joins, now I can see that this person is on the document. You can see who is actively using the document now. Like I can see this person here, this is David Lege. And then if I want to see history, you see within the last hour who has edited, you see this person has been working. Then you want to see the viewer trends, you see? So that is how the Google Docs works. I hope I've answered your question. Okay, great. Okay, great. Please, you stay muted. You shouldn't disturb people during the session. So we can proceed. Let us look at Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, again, you can access it by clicking the icon that is near your profile, those 9 dots, or you can just type sheets.google.com on your browser, and it should be able to direct you to the Google Sheets. So this is the interface for Google Sheets. It has the same interface like Google Docs. It has the search bar. It has this icon for the productivity tool. It has your profile. It has the Sheets homepage. It has the other Google productivity tools like Docs, Sheets, and Slides, and Forms, and Diary, which is here. In case you do not like attendance, gradebook, annual financial data. Let me just refresh. Yeah. So as I was saying, so this is the interface, the search bar, the app launcher, your profile, the sheets, and then you have the docs, sheets, slides, forms, the settings, the drive, and then we have, this is the template gallery again for people who do not want to start work from scratch. You can see things like attendance, gradebook, assignment tracker, annual financial data, analysis, tournament upsets, baby name analysis, to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget, and so forth and so on. So this is for someone who does not want to start work from scratch. And then if you're someone who wants to start work from scratch, also all your data will remain here. So if you want to start a new sheet, you can click this blank sheet. You click it, and then you are brought here, you see? So this is your Google Sheet. If you know how to use Excel, you can also use this easily. You can easily use this without any difficulties. So of course, like I said, make sure the first thing is to put a name for your file. Like I said, this is training data, for instance, and then here, this it has the same it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs. The file tab has the same things like the one for Google Docs. And then we have edit tabs, has the same thing. The view tabs has a few changes, like it has freeze for you to freeze rows so that the rows will remain in view even if you navigate other things, especially headers that you want to see. And then here you can show whether you want to show formulas, protected ranges, and grid lines. And then if you want to group, if you want to ungroup, and then you want to zoom, you want to do full screen, you want to insert cells, you want to insert rows, columns, you want to insert another sheet, chart, pivot table, image, drawing, a function, link, checkbox, drop down, smart chips, comments, and notes. If you want to format like wrapping and so forth, data analysis, like sorting, creating a filter, adding slicers, name functions, name branches, and data validation, data cleanup, data connectors, you see. And then tools like you want to link a form, you want to do spelling and autocorrect, activity dashboard, and then extensions, and then help. This help is very important, especially if you're facing challenges. And then this is the things here, the same things that are included there. Some of them are selected and then put here. And then down here is this plus is when you want to add a new sheet, because the entire file is called a workbook. And then down here, the workbook can be made up of different sheets. The sheets are more like pages when you're working on a Google Docs. So you can click the plus, and then you see I have added another sheet. So you can switch in between the sheets here. And this one is when you want to see all sheets, you see, the sheet will be listed. So you know that a spreadsheet is made up of rows and columns. The columns are the ones that have these letters, and then the rows are the ones that are having these numbers. So, and then it has these rectangles. So these rectangles are what we call the cells. In the rectangle is more like the intersection between the row and the column. So let's say you want to start entering data. We're just going to do basic data, like let's say I'm looking at serial numbers, then I'm looking at names, then I'm looking at gender, then I'm looking at age, just some small data like that. Then I could say this, and then I could just put something like that. And then maybe I just put a few names, maybe Guy. Then I say Deng. Then I say Lege. Then I say Agwek. Then I say Tabo. Then I say Marlene. Then I say Josephine. Then I say Valentino. Then I say Beatrice. Then I say Mary. Then we could say this is female, female, male, female, male, female, male, then age, something like, let's say 11, 12, 13, and just something like that. Yeah, so this is how you do data entry. And of course, you can do basic things. For instance, you want to put borders around them. You can do this. If you want to insert something more like you want to do, let's say, the tools for this. If you want to do data cleanup, they usually give you suggestions, no suggestions in this case. And then, of course, other things are here. You want to change color, text color, and so forth. If you want to merge cells, in the case where maybe you want to do a title for this, let's say you want to merge these cells and names of students, let's say in 2023. You could, you may want to maybe, let's say, center this. You may want to put them in the center like that. Just put something like this. And then if you want to adjust stuff like the size of the row or the size of the column, you can just do this, just like this. And yeah, and then if you want to do stuff like functions, of course, you just do the same things that you do in Excel. For instance, if you want to do addition, you could do sum like this. It is here like this. And then you put the things that you want to add. In this case, it was F4, I think. It's not supposed to be F3. So let's say F4, yeah, up to F13. And then if you want to do stuff like average, you also write average. Want to do multiplication, you do product, something of that kind. But if you want to do specific numbers strictly, you can just put the plus and then you put the cell reference, let's say F4. Then you want to divide, then you put this. And then let's say you want to do F5 like this, then you enter. So you can just like do what exactly you want in terms of the different things. Then once, let's say, if you have your data like this, and then maybe you want to insert a chart, you can choose the chart type that you want. For instance, it's been able to get this data, giving us MM in terms of the ages. There's an increment of 1 by the age. And then you can do a lot of changes here in terms of, like, here I have decided to aggregate to give me the average gender, the average age, and you could also switch. So it depends on what exactly you want for the piece of data that you're analyzing. But later on, when you look at data analysis, you will look at in-depth of how you can use Excel to leverage this. But this one is just a basic thing of how you can use some of these things in order to do one or two things. And then, of course, most of the functions, their summaries are here. All this, you see, these are the ones that people use very often, and then others are here. These are many statistical text and so forth. They are here. Most of these things you can just take your time and then be able to do them. Do you guys have any questions on the Google Sheets? Any questions? Any questions? You can raise your hand. have any question, you can raise your hand about, if you have any question about Google Sheets, you can raise your hand. Any questions? Or it's clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, great. So you can just try some of these things at your free time, and then you will be impressed. And then, of course, if you want to share, you can come here, and then you share with whoever you want by adding their email here, and then giving them the access level that you want to give them. So in cases where you just don't want to add people's emails, you can just come here, and then you say share with anyone with the link. Then you also choose whether you want them to be editors, whether you want them to be commenters, or whether you want them to be viewers. So you can just choose this, and then you copy the link, and then it is this link that you will share with people. For instance, I can share with you guys in the chat box like this, and then let's say, yeah, I will share with all of you like that, and then you can sort of get into this document and then do whatever you want. I want to give all of you editor rights so that you can explore the file on your own. So it's good that all of you don't have questions. We can move on, we can proceed. And we can proceed with the next thing. Let's say we look at Google Slides. So Google Slides is now what we call the PowerPoint presentation. Yes, so this is the PowerPoint This is the PowerPoint version. This is the PowerPoint version of Google. So again, there are templates, but again, you can start from scratch. Let's say you come here to the plus, and then of course, always, like I said, make sure you have a name. You have a name for your presentation. Let me say EFSS training. Yeah, like this. So these are themes. You can choose any theme that you want to build your presentation on. They have a couple of them, or you can import a theme if you already have one. But if you don't have any other theme, you can just look for one that impresses you from here, and then you choose. But if you don't want any, you can just close, and then you can design of one of your own, so that you get going on so that you get going on a high note. So for instance, of course, all of you know how to use PowerPoint. This is it. And I think the tools that you may find important are the arrange one, where you want to order, align, distribute. And then the slides, this is the one that is new. When you want to duplicate a slide, delete a slide, skip, change the background of a slide. You want to edit a theme, you want to change a theme. And then we have the tools. Also, there is voice type. You can voice type the speaker nodes, dictionary again. And then in the insert, I think they have the text box. You can insert an audio, you can insert a video, diagram, like a hierarchy, and then a slide number, shapes. I think here shapes are direct. You see, it's not like a word here. The shapes are just shapes, and you can just insert them. So this is just very basic things that you should be able to do. If you want to find the themes, you can still come here to edit theme, and then you choose whichever theme works for you, or you can cross it here, and then yeah, things like you can change the layout to whichever layout you like, and then the transition in terms of how the text should appear. Yeah, so of course presentations are, you just start with the title, let's say EFISS training, and this is the title, and then the subtitle is training, like this. And then you can right click, and then you insert a new slide, something like that. You see, and then here you can change this layout if you don't want. Let's say maybe you are looking at some different layout, maybe something that you're looking at something better. You can come to slide, and then you can change the layout to something that interests you. Maybe you want this 2-column one, and then you can get started from there, you see, and you can insert or you can duplicate slides. And yeah, I don't think there's something that is very special more than what you looked at in the other tools. So these are the basics of this. Yeah, and then of course if you want to do stuff like let's say students, let's say male, and then we say female, then we say trainers, then let's say male, then we say female, you see, something like that. And then you look at this, you look at this, you look at that. You can move them. You see, you can move this here, and then you can move this here. You can interchange, you see, and then you can change the view. If you want something like this, you can come back to this, and then you can change the themes here. For instance, let's say you want something like this, you want something like this, you want something like this, maybe you want something like this, you want something like this, something like this, 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 like this. So it's just really a matter of what you think works for you, yeah? And then you can play around with these things, you see? Yeah, so you just see what works for you, and you are good to go in terms of this. Like I said, you can play around with them, and then you can change to whatever suits your interest. But this is how you sort of get around with the transition. Let's say you want dissolve, you want it to play. If you want to you can choose a different one. You can stop. You can choose, let's say, slide from the right. You could apply to all slides, and then you play, something like that. And you come here. You can stop this. You come here. You can play this. Yeah, something of that kind. So basically, these are the basics of being able to play around with slides. and yeah, and other things that are here and they remain the same, except you guys have questions. Any questions on this? Any questions? Okay, yes, Agwek?
Yeah. Now, I saw what you went to dissolve at the corner, so I get confused. What exactly were you trying to add with it, or what were you doing with it?
Okay.
Because I see
Okay. Okay. I was adding what you call a transition. For instance, you see sometimes people do presentations and there's a way their presentations transition into the into the slides. So what you can do is you can come here. You see this near the theme. There's transition. Or you come to slide here. You come to the slide tab and then you come to transition. Okay. So once you click this, the settings will come at the right here. You see at your right, and then you can choose the one. This one shows you the transition. Okay. For instance, we have none if you don't want any transition, and then this one is dissolve fed. These are they have this basic transition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like let's say you want fed, and then you can choose how fast do you want it to transition. You can use this line to and then you can choose whether you want to apply to all slides or you want to apply to only specific slides. And then if you want, then after you are done, then you can click play. Then this is how it is, depending on what you have chosen. Yeah. Yeah.
So in the Microsoft Docs, I saw earlier you were telling us if at all we need the ready one, because I've seen also you have saved some of the document, whether those one belong to you or those are the document that are already in any Microsoft Docs. So is it also applied to the same thing in this?
Yeah, they are here. They are here, up here, template gallery. All these ones, these are ready ones. So you can just choose any of them and then you can begin editing. You see, these are all worked on kind of things. So you can just choose any of these and then you can modify to choose your needs, to suit your needs. So this template gallery are there in all sheets, docs, forms, and so forth. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yes, Christopher, you can ask your question.
Yeah, there's also in the empty template, the other plain one. You may also use them in case if the other, I'm trying to tell to the other guy that was asking. You may also use your own, the blank one. As if you have also understand from the one in publisher in Microsoft, they are all, the behaviors are all the same. In case you wanted to play the transitions or the, how do you call it, animation or animation, you will add
animation.
Yeah, according to the numbers. If you wanted to add from 1 to 3, they will all play of the same kind. If you want them to zoom or slide, all this can play. This one is the only thing that I wanted to add.
Okay, thank you so much for that addition. That was nice.
Welcome.
Good. Yes, Benjamin?
Well, is it animated? I mean, the slides, will it be able to be animated?
The slides, you cannot animate them. They don't have that feature for animation. They just, so these are the settings that you can work on a slide. These are when you come to the slide tab. So this means that these are the only commands that you can work with a slide. You can duplicate a slide, you can delete a slide, you can skip, you You can move a slide, you can change a background, you can apply layout, you can apply a transition, but they do not have the animation options in Google Slides.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other comments? Any other comments or questions? Okay, so if there are no other comments or questions, I will be sharing the attendance sheet in the comment section. So please fill the attendance, and then we will be having a break for 10 minutes. Also within that break, you can grab a glass of water, or you can just walk around, you can stretch a bit, and then we meet after 10 minutes. I am sharing the attendance in the chat box, so please look out at the chat box so that we do not get complaints later that I have not filled attendance is A, attendance is B, and so forth. So the attendance is shared in the chat box, guys. We will come back at 15 minutes past 3. So 10 minutes for the break. Grab a glass of water and also get yourself some walk around. And please do not forget to fill the attendance. Attendance is in the chat box. Thank you. Hey guys, yeah, I hope you guys had a nice break, and I trust that all of you have been able to work on the attendance sheet as well as being able to grab a glass of water. Let's get going with the session. Yeah, so the next tool that we are going to look at is are you guys getting me? I see Naomi. Naomi, how are you?
So we are getting you.
Okay, okay, great. Yes, Joycelyn. Joycelyn, is that a long form of Joyce?
That's my name, Joycelyn.
Here we have only Joyce, so the lean is not there. Great, nice to have you here. I hope you had a nice break.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Great, you're welcome. Okay, it's good that you guys are getting me. So the next tool we are looking at is Google Forms. So Google Forms is the one that you use for filling out the attendance. So there are a lot of form builders out there. There are very, very many form builders, but I prefer Google Tools. Why do I prefer Google Tools? I prefer Google Tools because I prefer Google Forms because it is synced with my Google account. So with the other tool, with other forms, there's also Microsoft Form. I also like Microsoft Form because it is connected to my Microsoft account. But with other form builders, you find that you will have to connect either your Google or Microsoft account in order to get the best out of those tools. But with the Google tools, with the Google form, you just need your Google account and you are set. So how do you use Google Forms? Very important, just like in the case of this training. Also, I see these days people are using it for voting, like in cases where they are voting for online voting, people use it in case people who do not have money to build very complicated systems. And then we also have cases where maybe you are doing research. You know, these days, maybe you are doing research and you are very far from your area of research. So instead of you having to travel down there to the area where the research is being undertaken, you can just build a Google form and then share with the people there. As long as they have internet, they can be able to fill it at their free time. So these are use cases of Google Forms. And then it's something that is very easy to build. Also, it reduces sort of issues to do with printing costs, especially if you are to print this stuff and then iterate on data analysis. Because, for example, you can. You're not seeing the screen. Yeah. I think it should be your internet issue, but the screen is shared.
I'm only seeing the forms. Huh?
Yeah, it is the one. This is the one. This is the one we're talking about.
Okay,
I have not.
Fine. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So you can use it in those cases. Also, for if you're somebody who is doing digital marketing, or you are somebody who does online stuff and you want to get user experience of your different users, you can do that. And then the good thing is the Google form is it is linked to Google Sheets. So the data that people submit through the Google form, you can get the data through Google Sheets and you can easily analyze it in a Google Sheet. So you see, this is the importance of having to use Google Sheet for online data collection if you don't have money to build very sophisticated systems. So this is the interface for Google Form. Again, this is the search bar, this is the app launcher, profile, and so forth. So you can, this is the blank form, and these are the templates. Like this is an exit ticket, this is an assessment, a worksheet, course evaluation, contact form, find time, reply, party invitation, t-shirt sign up, event registration, event feedback, order form, job application, time of request, work request. You see, like job application, even I see a lot of organizations using Google Form for job application because they don't want to receive a lot of emails in their inbox, you just do a Google form, and you don't have to ask people to send you emails. You just send them the form, they fill the form, and you get all the application in the same spreadsheet, and you can just go through and you see what works and what doesn't work for the job needs that you're looking for. So for you to get started with the Google form, you can just click on this blank form. And so this is it. First, you can start with a template. Let's say EFSS training feedback. Let's say a feedback form, something like that. So you can put the title here. Yeah. Then you can put a description. You can say hello. You can say hello trainee. Hello trainee, please fill out this training feedback form to help us get to know your experience during the 3 months, something like that. And then if you want to make it bold, you can bold, you can italize, you can underline, you can add a link, you can add bullets, you see, you can add numbers. So whatever thing that you want to do with it, you see, so you can just do it here. So this is it. And then here we have the questions. In case people begin responses, you can put here. If you want to close, you can close here. The people cannot fill it. If you open here, people can fill it. And then these are settings that you can apply to it. And then with the questions, so this is usually the first question. So you can ask your question. Let's say maybe your first question is what is your gender? Then you can choose the question type from here. Whether you want it to be a short answer, a paragraph, a multiple choice, a checkbox, a drop down, a file upload. For instance, in the case of job application, definitely you will need people to upload their CVs. So you will need to have such kind of question. And then this is a linear scale where people can put in a scale of this to this. And then this is a multiple choice grid. You want to put a lot of statements and people to choose, and then check box grid, and then date, and then time. You see this? So for instance, if we see what is your gender, definitely we will need a multiple choice, or you will need a drop down or a checkbox. So you can choose. If you need multiple choice, then you put here. You say male, and then female. You see? And then you don't want this, so you need only 2 choices, yeah? If you want to change it to checkbox, you can change it, you see? Somebody can just check here. And then if you want to change it to drop down, you see it's a drop down already. So you can just choose the type of question that you want. And then if you want, then here you have required. If you put required, it means that this question is compulsory. Every person filling this form must answer this. If they don't answer this, they will not be able to submit the form. And then if you want to add another question, you click this plus here. You click this plus. Let's say you want a date of, let's say you want date of birth. Obviously, date of birth, you will need a date, you see? Then you can put required. If you don't want it to be required, you can put here. So here, the person will have to put date of birth. And then you come here, let's say, the next question is, you want to say, where do you live? Where do you live? Then maybe you want the people to write their answers. You can come here, and then you can choose short answer, you see? If you want to make it required, you can make it required. And then when you come down here, there are more data validation. You can put a description for your question. Maybe you say, where do you live? Please name your residential area in this blank space. You see, something like this. Name your residential area in this blank space, something like this. And then you can do data validation. For instance, data validation, you can say response validation. Here you want the answer to be only text. You see, if the person puts other things that is not text, it cannot be accepted. So, and then if you want numbers only, you say you can put this. So you need to just choose whatever works for you, and you need to be very careful with that. And then you want to say rate your training experience. You see, and then yeah, so you can put a linear scale. You see, so linear scale, you can say in a scale of 1, maybe from a scale of 0 to 5, or a scale of 0 to 10. You see, so something like this. So you can add as many questions as you want. And then this one here is when you want to import questions from somewhere, maybe from another form. You can click here, and then you can choose where you want to import the question or from which form. And you can select the forms that you want to import the questions from. And then here is when you want to add a title and description for a particular kind of thing, then you will add the title and description here, you see. And then this is when you want to add an image, this when you want to add a video. Here is when you want to add another section. This could be, you can see the rest of it here. And also, if you want to look at stuff like if you want to look at like settings, you come here. If you want to make it a quiz, and then here you can look at how you want to make your responses. If you want to collect people's emails, you can do this. And then if you want the people to, if you want to send responses to those people, or if you want them to choose whether to send or not, if you want people to be able to edit their responses, or if you don't want people to edit their responses, then here if you want to restrict, like for company or company emails, then if you want to limit to one, in the case of voting, for instance, you can limit to only one response, so that one person cannot vote more than one time. You see, this is when you can limit here. And then here you can put the presentation. If you want the person to see their progress bar, if you want to shuffle questions, if you don't want to shuffle, if you want to customize the response image, you say maybe thank you. You say maybe you say your response has been received. So this is the feedback message that the person will get after filling out the form. You see, so this is how these settings work. And then if you want to see your form, you want to see how it looks, you can click the preview, and then you see this is how the form so far looks like. You see, it has the email, you're collecting people's email, the gender, the person can choose, the date of birth. They click here and then they can choose the year. You see the year is here, and then where the person lives, and then the person can rate using the linear scale their training experience. And then if you want the person to receive their their email, their responses. You see, so that is how this form works, and that is the basics of creating this form. And then another thing is the theme. If you want to customize the theme, like you want to put an image in the header, let's say for instance, you can choose your image. You can choose, they already have images on Google here. Let's say you want this image of a book, then you insert, you see. So this, you see, it has been uploaded up here. You see this? So this is it. And then if you want to change the color, you can change the colors here. So the color is based on the theme that has been selected. If you want to change the type of the font that is being used, you see, for instance, now we have changed the color of the header, of the text, the header, you see. Let's say you want to change the color of of the questions. You can change like this, you see. So everything has been changed now, you see. So you can kind of just choose this, and then this one is for preview, undo, redo, and so this is it. And then when you come here, you can make a copy of the same form. You can delete it. You can get a pre-filled link. You can print. So print helps you get the form as a PDF, you see, or you can just print it out. So this is how it will look like in case you want to print it, or you can just cancel. I see Google is misbehaving from my ends. Yeah, you see, so this is the kind of form that you get, and you can be able to download as PDF. And then here you can also add a collaborator so that more of you can be able to work on this form. Let me add, for instance, a GWEC. I can add a GWEC. I can add a Chiga. I can add a Lege. Yeah, on this form. And then all of us can be able to edit this form and make any changes where necessary, you see? And then once you are done and you feel that, oh, my form is okay and it is ready to go out, maybe let me just show you guys this type of question. Let's look at the multiple grid. So the multiple grid, you can have different rows, you can have different columns, and then you put different information there. Let's say, you say, in the columns, you could say agree, this, agree, maybe neutral. Let's say, I loved the training. I love the training. The trainer was detailed. The trainer was detailed. The trainer was brief and precise. The presentations were organized. Something of that kind. And then boom, you are good to go. So like I said, then you can preview here, and then you see this. So this is how the grid looks like. These are the kind of questions that you have in the grid. So the person can sort of look at, hey, I agree, I disagree, I'm neutral, blah, blah, and so forth. You see that? So like this is a very good element for people who are looking at doing their research, especially in colleges or universities. So guys, any question with Google Forms? Otherwise, these are the basics. Other things you can learn as you explore on your own. Yes, Mandenya, I see your hand is up.
That button for send, you speak something about it. Send.
Oh, okay. So send is when now you want to share it. You can click send. One, you can send to people via email, but the common thing that I use is you come to link. So this is the link that you get, and then you share with people. So for instance, if I get copy and this link, then I will just paste in the chat box. Yeah, so that is the form that we have just designed. So this is it. And then here is when you want to embed it on a website. You can just copy this and then you embed it on a website if you have one. Yeah, or you can share via Facebook, or you can send a form via Twitter. So these are the elements you get in Send here. But most often people just copy the link. Is that clear?
If you have not sent, can somebody start filling it?
What are you saying?
I'm saying, if you have not sent, can somebody start filling it?
No, somebody cannot fill it. No. Somebody cannot fill it because they will not know that such a form exists, because it's more like an individual. Yeah, it's more like as individual property. So you can only share it with people that you want data from. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really a good tool that you can use, especially for people who are looking at getting feedback on different stuff, or if you're looking at a local database for maintaining certain stuff. Yes, Agwek, I see you have a question again.
It's not a question, but maybe somehow clarification.
Okay.
You know, I had issues in this kind of thing 2 years ago or 1 year ago. We sent out the forms for the alumni association. Now, you know, because of the technology kind of challenges we have, the alumni went and sent it to friends. So the one friend who bought for them. You understand? So like I sent to you, you go and send somebody, but you know, and then that person bought for bought you in on whatever it is. So at the end of the day, it became a little bit difficult. So until we had to go back to get all the alumni data, went back to database. Then we were able to track those because we have the database for all the alumni. So we could know the alumni through their informations like emails and all the code they've been going to and all this. But at first it was a little bit complicated. So I think I think where we had gone wrong was like the respondent would have allowed maybe like one participant go. So I think it would have helped us in that area. So I think that's where we.
Or because you already have the database of the alumni, you can do it the same way we are doing the attendance for you guys, like where we put all your names and then you go there and put only your name.
Sure. Very easy,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot for the comment. Any other person? Yes, Christopher.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, that is theory, like there's a theory of that plus, like in email, there's plus there. How did it come? Is it automatic or it is just added?
Oh, when you are sending via email?
No. Let me just say in the Google, in the form. There's other things that are written, maybe email, then there's a plus.
Oh, there's a star. That is asterisk, right?
Yeah.
So this one means that this question is compulsory. You must answer it. If you don't answer it, you cannot fill it. You use this thing. You see this one here? This required here. So when you turn this off, it will not be there. Are you seeing this? This required here. Are you seeing this one down here? Are you seeing this? Hello? Hello, Christopher? Are you seeing me?
Yes, please.
Yes. So I'm saying this is what brings that asterisk. So when you put this required, and then that asterisk will be there. So please make sure that if you're putting a question that you want all respondents to answer, you put required. But if you want, if the question is optional, you can just turn this off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome always. Yes, Gale Moses.
Yes, Buddha, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Yes, I was just wondering in the section of responses, in case I am doing the survey, is there any possibility of analyzing the response and you project in terms of percentages?
Yes, yes. For instance, like I said, like, are you seeing this link to Sheets here? You're seeing this, right? Are you seeing this? Yeah, so when you click on this, so this will take you to the database where the forms, where the responses are, and you can now easily analyze. Are you seeing? So I see a couple of people have been able to submit this. So you can easily analyze now this data. You see, this one is very easy to analyze. So you will know how many people responded agree, how many people disagreed, and you can use now your data analysis tools, your data analysis skills to be able to analyze this kind of data. So for instance, you can come to, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, great. I think there are no other questions. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. If there are no other questions, then let us look at which other tool. The other important tool that you should have is the Google Calendar. So the Google Calendar is very important for all of you. You see, like here, it has all my events, all meetings that all meetings that I have are here. I know on this day at this time I have this. So make sure that you have this Google Calendar. You need to install it on your phone. Like now, I have sent out all the days for the training. You will see every Thursday and Friday, all the sessions are already there in your calendar. So this one can kind of gives you heads up and you know what's up. So it has very basic layout. You can create your events here. You can add an event, focus time, out of office, working location, task. If you have an appointment with someone, so you can just add these schedules here, and you can adjourned or something of that kind. So this is something that is very important, and you should also try to make sure you have and you don't miss out on any meetings that you may have, because it will always send reminders to you that, hey, you have this meeting coming up. So please, guys, you need to also use this one. And then the other one is this one. The other one is Google Meet. So Google Meet is very important for meetings. If you want to do video conferencing with anyone, if you're using the free version, is it 1 hour? Yeah, it is 1 hour. You can be able to meet with someone on video call for 1 hour. You can set an instant meeting where you create a link and then you send someone the link, the person clicks, and all of you are able to meet on a video call, even on on a computer, sorry, on a phone or on a computer. You can also schedule a meeting in your calendar, or you can just start an instant meeting and then be able to share the link with someone. So this is very good for video conferencing because it allows you to share your screen, and then you can be able to brainstorm using the Google Jamboard and stuff like that. So this is something that is a very important tool. You should also have this in case you have meetings with people, with your business partners or your team members and volunteers. You can just do that every now and then. So this is very important, guys. We are living in digital technologies. Like now, if any of you faces challenges in Google Forms and they want something that is very important, you can just call me and we set up a meeting, and I will show you how you can do it instead of us meeting and then doing something of that kind. Or you will need something on Google Sheets. We don't have to meet physically, so that I can show you how to do a function or something like that on Google Sheets. Like we can just meet on Google Meet and then set up everything. And then the other thing is Google Sites. So Google Sites helps you create a website for yourself. So a simple website, okay? Not necessarily a very complicated website, but a very simple website for your business. You know, these days we don't have money to hire a website designer. So you can just use Google Sites to be able to create a simple website. Like also there are templates here that you can learn from, you can get inspiration from. You can create a portfolio website. Like some of you these days, you are looking for some opportunities online, and those people will need evidence of your work, or they will need your profile, but they don't need a document. They just want you to send them an internet link. So if you don't have money to build a really complicated website, just use Google for you to build yourself a simple website. You see, you can just come to blank. We're just going to create a simple website from scratch now, okay? Let's say that our website name is going to be let's say our website name is going to be EFISS training. So this is our website name, like this. So if I want to, so you can put pages, you can move things around. So let's say I'm looking at pages. So our first page is the home page. I can create another page. Let's say I want the about page is here. Let's say we need contact, where people can reach out to us, the contact page. Let's say we want something like maybe gallery, where we can post our training pictures, something like that, you see? So we have the home. So here we can just put home page, something like this, you see? And then here we can put about us. And then here we can put contact us. And then here we can put our gallery, you see? So we have set up a quick page. And then here, here you can when you come to home, you can add information here. You can just come and you click here. You can say text. Then you can write the EFISS training is blah 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 blah. You can put your information, and then you can come to about us. You can again click text. You can say, we are excellent in what we do. These are just basics, okay? So never mind, I'm not going to write a lot. The contact us, you say, reach out to us. Then you can say info@211check.org. Our number is +211 917 298 255, something like that, you see? And then if you want gallery, you say, hey, our photos, you can click image, then you can upload. Let's say we want to upload. We don't have Google Images, links, Google Drive. We don't have, yeah, I have images on my Google Drive. So I can just say, these are the images that I want. You see, like this. And then I can just insert them from my Google Drive, you see? So I see images inserted, you see? Inserted to my gallery. Yep. Yeah, and then I can come back to home, and then if I want to put footer, I can insert footer. I can say building the next generation of fact checkers in South Sudan. So this is just the footer for the training. And then you just do this, you do this, you put them in the middle, kalas, like this. And then if I want to come and change the themes, they have a couple of themes here. You can change your theme to something like this. You can change it to Vision. So for me, I'm going to go with this. Yeah. So you see, So this is a simple site that we have just created now. And if I want to share with people, I can come here, I can add people's emails, and then we can edit with them at the same time. If I want to do other settings, like the color, the brand images, the analytics, announcements, you see, then if I am ready, I can publish here. Then I can put the web address, like I can just say if EFISS training. That is my site. That is enough, you see. So who can view the site? I can say any public. The site is public. Anyone can view it. And then the draft, anyone with the link can view it. Boom, we are done. Then like this, if you don't want them to public engines to show, you can do this, but I want public engines to show. I can publish. So my website is already published. If I want to view it, I will just click here and boom, this is my site. This is my site. It's returning an error. Why? Yeah, it's already here. So I will just share the link with you guys in the chat box. And then you can just click that link and you will be able to see my website. Any questions? Any questions on this?
Not really.
This is
Okay,
nice.
great.
This is wonderful.
Okay, great. So that's why we say, yeah. So if there's no question, that brings us to the end of our session, guys. I'm going to share the attendance once again, field attendance, and I hope you had the very best of yours. Yes, I see a hand from Rogers. Rogers, you can ask your question, please.
Yeah, thank you a lot, and good evening, colleagues, because almost it's 3 o'clock or going to 4. Before I give my question, I just would like to say that Mr. Bida Thomas, we really enjoyed this session, and this session was really useful, if not to all of us. At least I can talk on my personal level. I really learned a lot this session, and one thing that I would like to confirm is that I understand now that comparing those Google documents and the Google tools, comparing to the ones that like the Office and the other tools of Microsoft, I can comment and say that those tools of the soft tools of Google, they are more friendly and flexible, and they're really useful, because sometimes when you're doing these things on a computer, you have constraints, you have these serials that are missing, you need to update, but this one is really friendly and very, very soft and very nice. My question follows. Yeah, my question is as follows. I just need to say that I really, because I'm saying all this because I'm from a background of computer science and IT. That's why I really enjoyed this session. Given the fact that we have already designed this website on Google, I know that the hosting is already on Google, but does it have does it have any chance that it can be hosted elsewhere? This is just my small question.
Not really, but I would advise that you host it on Google, because it will be free. Because if you move it to be hosted somewhere, it will be expensive. And then, like, it does not have very sophisticated features like WordPress. It just has, later on when you go and check on it, you will realize that it has a very basic design. It's just like something for beginners, like someone who does not have a lot of money to put in. So, so like, I would even advise that you just leave it on Google, but you can connect it to your custom domain. Okay, when you come to settings here, to publish here, when you come to settings, you can actually connect it to your custom domain. I don't know why I'm not seeing that. I don't know why I'm not seeing that, but
that's okay. That's okay. I get your point.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you just check it. Yeah.
But now at least now someone can create their own website, because sometimes when you're sending out your CV, they need your own website. I ran through some other institutions that they need your own website. At least now someone can prepare design their own website, small one, but very nice. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, you're welcome. Yes, please. Any other question? I see got quote, Michael. Got quote, Michael. You can ask.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bida. I really enjoyed the session today, especially in web designs and other things that I learned already. My question is just something simple. It is on the Google's tools. Yours is more of a lot of tools like this size, like this Google size. But when it comes to mine, if I try to just click on the Google tools, some are not. It's like I'm only having 9. So
you're only having what?
Are you paying or you just add them, all these sites?
No, just come to this. You come to your profile. Have you seen these 9 dots? Have you seen these 9 dots? You click those 9 dots. They are all there. Sites, everything, docs, they are all there.
Okay.
Yeah. Can somebody confirm that? Somebody who has a computer, can you confirm to us whether you are seeing or not? They are there. Just click these 9 dots. You will see all of them. Can someone confirm to us that?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, Ariat Golden.
Yes, thank you, Peter, for today's session. I've learned a lot. My question is not regarding today's session, but on Google Drive. I've been using Google Drive for the first time, but by then it was working well. But since some time back, I added some images, some content to the Google Drive, and then later on I deleted the one I had in my gallery. So the one that I added to Google Drive turned to thumbnails, so I could not view them. Now I'm finding it even very hard to add image or any text there, and I trace it there on Google Drive. So I don't know how.
You don't find the file that you uploaded. You don't file those files. You don't find them anymore.
I don't find them. Yeah, but I'm using my phone.
No, you should be able to find them. Sometimes it's because of data issues or some of that kind. Maybe just try to check on your data, and I'm sure you will find them. It could be a data issue.
All right.
Okay, then cool. Yeah, guys, we are running out of time, like 2 minutes to 4 p.m. I wouldn't want to go really deep into your time. I wish you guys the very best of your afternoon. Now you can go for your Valentine's, go and spoil your sweetheart, and we catch up again on Thursday. Cheers and take very good care.
I've seen you already in your timetable.